Money doesn't just appear out of nowhere, or does it? Every time there's a recession, a crisis, or an economic slowdown, governments suddenly find trillions of dollars to save the economy. No new factories are built overnight. No extra goods magically appear. Yet money floods the system. And while this sounds like help, you quietly end up paying the price. This is the story of money printing, and why it always hurts you more than you realize. At its core, money printing sounds harmless. Governments and central banks claim it's necessary to keep economies running, protect jobs, and prevent financial collapse. When businesses fail and people stop spending, the solution seems simple. Inject money, stimulate demand, and restart growth. But money printing isn't free. It never has been. The cost just isn't visible immediately. When new money enters the economy, it doesn't spread evenly. It flows first into banks, financial institutions, and large corporations. These groups gain early access to cheap money through loans, bailouts, and stimulus programs. They invest it into assets like stocks, real estate, and businesses long before prices rise. By the time that money reaches ordinary people, inflation has already kicked in. This creates a powerful imbalance. Prices start rising, but wages lag behind. Your salary may increase slowly, if at all, while food, rent, fuel, and utilities climb steadily. On paper, you're earning the same. In reality, your purchasing power is shrinking. You're paying the price for money printing without ever seeing the benefits. Central banks defend this process by calling inflation manageable or temporary. But history tells a different story. Once money is printed, it's almost never fully removed. Prices adjust upward and stay there. What used to be affordable becomes normal. Over time, inflation compounds, quietly eroding savings and forcing people to work harder just to maintain the same lifestyle. Money printing also changes behavior. When borrowing becomes cheap, debt explodes. Governments borrow more. Corporations leverage aggressively. Consumers rely on credit cards and loans just to keep up. The economy looks strong on the surface, but underneath it's built on fragile debt. One shock and the cycle repeats. Print more money, inflate prices further, and shift the burden onto the public. The biggest winners in this system are asset owners. Stocks, real estate, and commodities rise as more money chases the same limited assets. Those who already own wealth see their net worth increase without extra effort. Those who rely on wages fall behind. This is why inequality widens after every major money printing cycle. And yet, the narrative rarely changes. Inflation is blamed on supply chains, global events, or consumer demand. While these factors matter, they distract from the root cause, expanding the money supply faster than real economic growth. The result is a silent tax on everyone holding cash. The most dangerous part is how invisible it feels. You don't get a bill labeled inflation tax. Instead, your grocery bill rises slowly. Rent increases quietly. Savings by less each year. Because the pain is gradual, most people never connect it to money printing at all. Understanding this changes how you see the economy. It explains why saving alone doesn't work. Why prices never truly go back down. Why wealth concentrates at the top. And why every rescue package feels like relief at first, but costs more in the long run. Money printing isn't inherently evil. In emergencies, it can prevent collapse. But when used repeatedly, it becomes addictive. The economy grows dependent on cheap money, and society pays through inflation, debt, and inequality. The real lesson isn't to fear money printing, but to understand it. Because once you recognize how the system works, you stop blaming yourself for falling behind. You realize the game is structured, not personal. And only those who adapt by owning assets, protecting purchasing power, and understanding inflation, can avoid paying the full price of printed money. In the end, governments print money to stabilize systems. But stability comes at a cost. And that cost is quietly deducted from your wallet, your savings, and your future, one printed bill at a time.